everyone. This is Eric Dick, CEO of iStack Training, coming to you live from the control room here in Victoria, British Columbia. I'll show you, this is not a post-apocalyptic bomb shelter. This is just the power room of this wonderful office that we have here with Helmken, a digital media buying agency. So you can see the beautiful tourist street out there. What a lovely place to be in the summer Victoria is. Also, I can save on Wolf t-shirts if I so desire. So, hi, welcome to the webinar. Now, when we ran the webinar, I mistakenly deleted or I didn't record the first part of it. So I wanted to do a quick intro to everyone here, run you through the intro stuff as quick as possible so that we can get to Patrick's amazing content, which is why you're here. So again, Eric Dick, CEO, iStack Training. Here are the secrets of Facebook media buying webinar. So let me just present this to you here. So the title. So what you're going to learn here is how to get profitable on Facebook, running Facebook campaigns, CPA campaigns in as little as 6 weeks, even if you've never done affiliate marketing. This webinar will give you the tools, tactics, strategies to get you set up running Facebook advertising campaigns. We're going to teach you how to access and select good CPA offers for Facebook. We're going to talk about building top quality audiences on Facebook, and we're going to teach you how to lower the CPA of your campaigns by improving the relevance score. These are 3 invaluable skills that Patrick's going to teach throughout this recorded webinar. This webinar will teach you whether you are an affiliate marketer, whether you're into e-commerce, drop shipping, Shopify, anything like that. You need Facebook to promote your products, as you well know, or whether you're building an agency, or whether you even have a product or service. There's going to be information in this webinar that is directly related to you. If you stick around to the end of this webinar, you're going to get a case study. We're going to show a case study where Patrick reduced the CPA by over 1,000%, allowing him to scale. And who are we? Patrick will get into who we are. Again, you know who I am, hopefully a little bit. Patrick will explain as soon as we start the recorded webinar. But iStack Training and AdBaker are 2 widely regarded companies in the performance marketing space. If you look on our landing page right now, you'll see that the head of performance marketing, Maria Claudio, actually just gave us amazing testimonial to say that we are among the leaders when it comes to knowledge about Facebook advertising. So go check us out. We put on the amazing Facebook Mastery Live in Berlin. We're running the Facebook Masterclass, which is a high-level course for Facebook. I've got a podcast that I've started. We've also done the 6-week AMC, and we're from the family of STM Affiliate World Conferences, where we're able to connect the great minds from the conferences and the great audience from the forum with this amazing, super valuable information. Oh, and marketers too. If you don't know them, they're an amazing lifestyle brand for what it's like to be a young, performance-minded marketer in the world today. So we'll talk about Facebook Mastery Live. Hopefully you've seen some clips from it. They're all over our YouTube channel, iStackTraining.com, youtube.com/iStackTraining. It was just an amazing event, high level, huge amounts of knowledge bombs. I had 40 people come up to me afterwards and tell me it was the best training event, best conference they'd ever been to. So hugely valuable. We're doing this again. Affiliate World Asia, get your tickets now. Ticket prices go up tomorrow. So check out iStackTraining.com for that. You know the opportunity for Facebook is massive. I made a funny meme. Check that out. One of the big issues in the world today for Facebook is that black hat marketing is getting harder and harder to do. Facebook has come out and declared war essentially on cloaking, which, as any black hat marketer knows, is going to make life a lot more problematic, which is why we advocate the following methods that you're going to hear in this webinar, because they are white hat and they allow you to build long-term stable businesses. We're huge advocates of the white hat way to be. You can make a lot more money with white hat than you can with black hat in the long run, for sure. So if you're just thinking about Facebook now, you should really be thinking about it as a white hat advertiser. Yeah, Mark, even though he wore a black hat once, he definitely wants you to roll up your sleeves, put on your hard hat, and go white hat all the way. So this is a disclaimer. We are not gurus. We don't teach overnight systems. We don't teach things that you're going to get rich with in the next month or so. We teach high-level skills. Facebook is the best advertising platform in the world, and we teach the best possible ways on how to use it. So we're not gurus. We're not saying this is a system, but we're going to teach you skills that are hugely valuable, hopefully for the rest of your life. So Facebook is the most important platform, as you may know, if you're an affiliate or e-commerce or an agency. With the skills from this webinar, you're going to be well on your way. So without further ado, how to get profitable on Facebook campaigns running as little as 6 weeks, even if you've never done affiliate marketing. So the next little bit is Patrick explaining who he is. Patrick is one of the coolest guys I've met. He is starting to tell you how he was actually a concert pianist in Germany before he became a marketer. Before he went to law school, you're going to jump in right after he gets introduced into CPA marketing for the first time, and he'd realize that even though he could play the piano like Mozart, that marketing is where he'd write his magnum opus. So without further ado, here's Patrick, and thanks very much.
I talked to a friend of mine that I haven't been talking to for, I think, like maybe 8 years. And I just asked him, like, hey, well, what you're doing? And he said, like, yeah, I'm doing CPA marketing. And then he asked me, like, Patrick, have you ever heard of CPA marketing? And I said, no, tell me more. And I'm sure you know what it is. It's essentially another verbiage for affiliate marketing. And that's when I literally started to discover this new world that it had nothing to do with with anything else that I saw. And it also required a completely new set of skills that I didn't have. Like I mentioned before, in order to run CPA campaigns, you need to set up your, among others, your own domain, your own website. You need a server, and I literally thought that I had to buy a server on Amazon for, I think, $2,000, and just plug it into my dorm room in Santa Clara. So you can call it stupid or inexperienced, but I made it, even though I'm not the most techie person. And yeah, so I actually, it was kind of crazy and weird, but I just studied law, and then after being done with studying and after all the lectures that I had, I was just sitting and working on my first campaigns. And that's a path that I pursued, even though it was hard at the times, but it was definitely worth it looking backwards, because I co-founded with Michael and with Simon that you were seeing on these pictures here, a really great company that's called AdBaker. We're a white-hat performance marketing agency based in Cologne. And as you can see, we're spending a little bit of money on Facebook. We started out as affiliate marketers, as I mentioned before, all of us, and then we randomly met at a party in Cologne. Facebook at the time was something that not very many people have really done. Today it's a little bit different, but 3 years ago, especially in Germany, we're actually, I don't want to say the only ones that did Facebook, of course, but there were not as many advertisers as today. So it was really cool to connect, and AdBaker was the result of our friendship. And yeah, today we're not only doing CPA marketing, and we're not the affiliate dudes that we used to be, but we systematized everything that we did, everything that we learned into processes that we deploy in our agency. So we are not only doing CPA marketing, but we also work with bigger brands like Porsche, for example, Kingston Technology, a software company from the States. Yeah, and helping those companies to grow their business in a new way, in a different way. And by the way, that's just something I want to point out. The thing that I did, or that we did, we started out as affiliates, but soon we discovered how incredibly valuable this skill is. And also Jason Ackett from A4D, great guy, so also great blog, you should check him out. He emphasized that affiliate marketing is essentially a way of learning how to set up a business. You're not only learning how to run Facebook marketing campaigns, but you learn all the other steps that is necessary to either build an agency, to build your own e-commerce store. Because, in my opinion, what you're seeing very often is that all those gurus tell you that marketing is easy, or affiliate marketing is easy. The pure affiliate marketing component, it certainly is easy if you know what to do in what order. I mean, setting up Facebook marketing campaigns is no rocket science by itself. It's just a matter of taking action, because if you go to Affiliate World, for example, if you see all those people on stage, those are not people with PhDs. They're no smarter than you are. Something that they have mastered, or that every affiliate has mastered, is all these soft skills, and that is time management, being stress resistant, learning how to build up relationships with other people. So it's not only the Facebook aspect of things, but there's way more to it, and that's what you learn. So I think my company is also, or our company is a great example for in what direction you can or how you can leverage your affiliate marketing skills. You can build an agency, you can work on your own products and services. You can pursue a career as a coach, whatever it is. But it's just definitely a really valuable skill to learn, and it's especially Facebook marketing, because if you're looking at how many people really, or how many businesses really want to go after Facebook advertising but they haven't yet, I mean, there's just a tremendous opportunity there if you're a good Facebook marketer, and it's not that hard, right? Okay, so that's enough storytelling. If you have any questions, then just let me know. And well, as Eric mentioned before, this webinar or this presentation is all about scaling CPA offers, about finding CPA offers. So of course, I will not give you a complete walkthrough, otherwise we would have to stay on this webinar for probably 3 days or maybe even more. But what I will point out is the most important aspects of running CPA offers on Facebook. So it starts with finding and converting CPA offers. And I know, probably heard this like 1,000 times. You need to have a good offer, and I don't want to bore you to death, but this is really the #1 thing that you should consider. Because if I look at the offers that we're running, so out of 20 offers, you have 18 offers that are not working out, and then you have 1 offer that's doing okay, and then there's offer number 20 that's like completely taking off. So you can be the best media buyer in the world, and probably there are media buyers and Facebook advertisers that are better than me. There's no doubt about that, but our company is still doing okay because one thing we really focus on is CPA offers. And the formula that I'll present to you in a moment is based on what I just said right now. The offer will make or break your campaign. And so the formula is really the following. You have to have 3 things in place. First of all, a converting offer. Then number 2, it has to be compliant on Facebook. You don't want to mess with policy. Like, we have a wonderful Facebook rep in Dublin, and we love working with her. And she's fantastic, and she really helps us out a lot with optimizing campaigns. And yeah, we really love to work with Facebook. But even though she's working at Facebook, if we are pissing off policy, there's nothing she can do about it. She can give us feedback about, why Facebook policy was pissed. But just to give you, just to help you understanding a little bit how important it is to have an offer that's compliant on Facebook. If policy doesn't like you, you can have the best Facebook rep in the world. You will really have a hard time running that offer on Facebook. So make sure your offer and also your ads are policy compliant. And number 3, scale is also really important. There are many converting offers out there, but you need offers that you can scale, that are not capped at like 10 sales a day or 10 leads a day. You have to have something that you can scale to several hundred a day, because that's what Facebook marketing is all about. You're testing stuff on a small scale. You try to understand what's working, and then you try to take those winners and just scale it with more budget. So I think these are the 3 key elements you need to have in place: a converting offer, something that's really policy compliant, and something that you can scale. So how to find those offers actually? My favorite thing is to establish a good relationship with an affiliate manager and just really ask them for converting offers, and especially being the one that gets the offers first before other affiliates are getting them. That's a key thing here. So if you're looking for top CPA networks, GiddyUp, for example, is one of the networks we love to work with. They have fantastic e-commerce offers. Then A4D, for example, also a fantastic network. And if you need any suggestions which network you should go with, just send me a message. I can provide you with a list. But for example, just starting out with GiddyUp would be cool if you get in, because they're just really great network. So we have an affiliate manager there, and whenever we want to promote a new offer, we ask him, or he hits us up and says like, hey, we have this new upcoming offer here. And to show you how easy it is, this is just, for example, a screenshot of a Skype chat with, his name is Jay, and he was like, hey man, thanks for getting back to me. Figured out you were probably swamped. It's a time of the year for everyone. It was funny. When I looked over your account, one of my bosses thought your name sounded familiar and that you did a mastermind in Berlin. So I totally understand, blah, blah, blah. And then he said like, hey, I have a ton of information to show you for Tracker. Did just a little over 5,000 sales in it last week, so it's still super consistent. So this was the offer we wanted to run, and then I didn't have time to, or we didn't have time to promote it because of the event that took place in Berlin. And then I essentially followed up with him, and he confirmed that it's still doing really well, sent me a screenshot. And what he also sent me is an offer sheet with all the top offers that they're running. So if there's anything I'm interested in, I can just pick it, and I can just try running it, because I can just definitely see here's something that converts. So again, you're hearing that 1,000 times maybe, but it's still, in my opinion, the #1 way to go. Finding a good offer and establishing a really good relationship with the affiliate manager. So if there's a new offer, you're ideally the first one who can drive traffic to it. Now, this is an offer that we're talking about, Tracker. It's a little item that you can attach, for example, to, I know, can be even your dog or your wallet, and you can track it. For example, your keys, you can track your keys in case you lose them. And well, what's important here? A few more hacks. When you approach a CPA network, have one thing in place, and that's a professional agency website. It doesn't have to be anything that's super complex. Just make sure it's simple, it's straight to the point, and it looks professional. Don't approach CPA networks like, hey, you know, I'm an affiliate. You really want to present yourself as a media buying agency, even though you are an affiliate. That is really, really important, because the one thing you have to understand is that affiliate networks or CPA networks hate affiliates, because there are many affiliates who just, you know, don't comply with the terms of services of affiliate networks. They start some fraudulent activity. So when you speak with affiliate networks or with affiliate managers, actually they hate affiliates. You have to be an affiliate that they like, and the first thing you have to do is not appearing as an affiliate, but as a media buying agency. And then if you're looking for intros, reach out to your personal network. So something we're doing very often, if you're looking to get an intro to a CPA network we haven't worked with before, we actually just reach out to a couple of people where we think, okay, they might know them, or they're friends with an affiliate manager working at the network or the founder, and we just ask them like, hey, can you make an intro? Would like to talk to that guy. That gives you immediately way more trust, in contrast to just, you know, cold calling an affiliate network and just sending in an application. So ideally, you want to find someone who knows either the affiliate manager or the founder of the affiliate network way better. But again, professional agency websites here way more important if you have no one from your personal network. Then, how to work with an affiliate manager. Ask your affiliate manager for assets, and there are actually a few things that are important. Number one, ask for creatives. Affiliate managers share images and videos with you that work. You can, if they allow you to do that, you can reuse it, and you just have to see if those images and those videos are still working. Because if they have been used by other affiliates, and especially if the affiliate offer is a little bit older, then you know, the creatives are kind of burnt. But it will give you a good idea of what's working. You know, because here's the thing you have to understand: in order to be a good Facebook marketer, there are just 2 points of leverage that you have. One, that's actually a little bit easier, being like mastering the skill of Facebook media buying, and that's just a technical aspect of it. Things like understanding how the algorithm works, understanding how to optimize a campaign, you know, all the hands-on stuff. And then number 2 is the creative part. Coming up with good images, with good angles, with good videos. And if you're not the most creative person, the best thing you can do is learning from your competition. In that case, it's other affiliates, because your competition is the best case study in the world. So try to understand what's working for other affiliates. Really, really, really important. So reach out to your affiliate manager and ask him, hey, what are the images, what are the videos that are working? And he'll send you a Dropbox link or screenshots. You have to understand that your affiliate manager wants you to be successful. So, you know, he really has to help you out in order to generate revenue. So they, generally speaking, if they trust you, they share almost everything with you. So creative is one huge thing. Second thing, audiences. If you get your affiliate manager to share with you a custom audience of, for example, people that purchase the product in less than 180 days, or lookalike audiences, great, because one of the things that makes Facebook so powerful is targeting. And something that, and in order to leverage the targeting features that Facebook provides, like custom audiences and lookalike audiences, you have to have quality custom audiences and lookalike audiences in place. One way to get instant access to those high-quality audiences is getting them from affiliate network. They're not doing that always, but again, if you establish a good relationship with them, they do that, and that gives you a huge competitive advantage because you don't have to focus on building up a high-quality audience first. And usually, when you're doing that, you're losing money first until the algorithm learns what distinguishes a converter from a non-converter. But if you're getting a high-quality seed audience from your affiliate manager, that gives you a huge jump start. Number 3, lenders. If you work with advertorials, again, just ask them, hey, are affiliates, other affiliates using lenders? If so, what's working? Then number 4, really important policy issues. Ask the affiliate manager, do you know of any things that have gone wrong on Facebook? And he'll tell you, okay, we had this one affiliate and he just said that he tested this and that and he ran into policy issues. So really ask about if there's anything that you shouldn't be doing with that particular offer because other advertisers lost their ad account. Big thing here, many advertisers are not asking that, but the affiliate manager usually knows if shit's going wrong, right? And number 5, if you're doing lead generation, lead generation can be easier than selling a product because it's at the end of the day it's a lead only. You don't ask your target audience for money. But the issue that you're having with the lead generation is the lead quality. Especially as you scale, what usually happens is that the advertiser complains about the quality of the leads that you generate. There are a number of ways to maintain a high lead quality, but one of the things that you can do is to ask your affiliate manager for non-converting audiences. So either they provide you with an email list, or they just share the custom audience with you, and then you can go into Facebook Audience Insight and take a look at the lookalike at that custom audience that's not converting. So then there are 2 things that you can do. You can either exclude interests in your campaigns. You can look at, okay, so what are the things that a converting audience, or what are the things that all non-converters have in common? Is there like a specific interest I can exclude in my actual Facebook campaign in order to increase the lead quality? So just take a look at the custom audience, use this feature in case you haven't heard of it before. It's Facebook Audience Insights. It's really amazing. You can just upload a custom audience and then analyze it and try to understand what's wrong with that audience. And then another thing you can do, but you have to be careful in order to not run into delivery issues, you can actually even create the lookalike audience of the non-converters and exclude them in your campaigns. But again, you have to be careful that you're not limiting yourself too much with that strategy. But still, asking for non-converting audiences when you do lead generation campaigns, really important. It saves you a lot of money, a lot of headache, and yet only very few marketers are doing that. Third thing, try crushing it and get exclusivity. Exclusivity means that you're essentially the only affiliate that has the right to advertise a product on a certain geo, in a certain geo or in a specific traffic source. Ideally, you have that for exclusivity for both the traffic source and certain geos. So that happens very often, for example, with GiddyUp. If you're an affiliate that drives a significant volume very early, they give you exclusivity very, I don't want to say very soon, but once you've driven consistent volume over a certain period of time. So then they say like, hey, Patrick, or hey, Ed Baker, you guys are the only ones who can just run Tracker, for example, in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland because you've done well in the past. And before you ask for exclusivity, really important, just deliver results first. Show that you can do a good job, that you can not only scale, but that you can also keep a high volume over a certain period of time. Because just scaling something to, let's say, like, I don't know, 10,000 a day, just for one day, and then going to the affiliate network and saying like, hey, I want to have exclusivity now. I've proven that I can make $10,000 a day. That's not enough. You have to prove that you can do it over a certain period of time. So really deliver results first over a certain period of time, and then of course you can renegotiate payouts and caps. So you can either ask for a higher payout, or you can renegotiate the cap. So if you're capped at, let's say, 100 leads a day, and if you see there's still room and you have something that's working, you can renegotiate to get to 500 leads per day, for instance. So that's one technique. The second technique is deploying spy tools. One of my favorite spy tools is called Which Ads Work. Really, really great tool. Costs a little bit of money, but it's definitely worth it. So what you can do is looking for products or ads within a vertical you want to go for. Let's say within the gadget niche. And what you want to look for are ads that have been running consistently over a certain period of time and that gathered a certain amount of social proof. As you can see here, this one ad gathered 2,735 likes, for example, and more than 2,000 shares. So and that's the logic behind it. If you can see that there's someone spending money on Facebook consistently over a certain period of time, that means there's something that works. So what we do very often is just literally using Which Ads Work and trying to find offers that other people are driving traffic to. And when I would click on this ad over here on the left one, there are two things I can do. Either just trying to find the name of the affiliate network. Sometimes it's displayed or the name of the advertiser. So here it's GiddyUp. Or I can just check out the outgoing URLs from, so that's basically the links pointing away from the landing page to the offer page. And then based on the URL, I can try to understand, okay, what's the CPA network behind it, or what's the advertiser. So again, if you're not part of the CPA network yet, and you're seeing that there's an affiliate that's driving a significant amount of traffic to that offer, just try to find that network and hit them up. Either with a professional agency website, as we figured out before, or again, you can just ask, or you can just look inside your personal network if someone can make you an intro. So that's what's really important about finding a CPA offer that converts. Number two, how do you actually launch a CPA campaign? So once you have an offer, or we found our offer, let's say it's the tracker that the tracker offer that I showed you before. Now, how do I really launch this campaign? What's important here? What you're seeing here is a lead generation offer that we run traffic to. It's sorry, it looks like Google has just reshaped some of the arrows here. But anyway, so we have our Facebook ad, then we have a landing page. It's a offer within the business loan niche, and we are essentially warming people up on the landing page, which is an advertorial, and then once they click on the call to action button on the landing page, they get forwarded to the actual offer. So they pre-qualify first. We ask them how many, what's essentially the revenue amount here is $10,000, and then if they have been in business for at least 3 months, if they qualify, they can ask for the amount of cash that they need, and then they can provide their contact details, and we're done. Right? So that's the lead that we generated. So what Facebook advertising is actually all about is serving a really relevant ad, an appealing ad to the right audience. So speaking of the right audience, how do you actually build up a high quality audience? Because again, you can have the best ad, the best image in the world. If you serve it to the wrong audience, you're done. You will have negative ROI on your campaigns. So two things that are making Facebook so powerful are essentially custom audiences and lookalike audiences. And you probably know what custom audiences and lookalike audiences are. A custom audience is essentially a group of people that you put together, for example, all your customers, and a lookalike audience is an audience similar to an existing audience. So you can go to Mark Zuckerberg, tell him, hey, here are 3,000 people that purchased my product. Please create a lookalike audience based on that initial seed audience. Show me 300,000 people that are just like my 3,000 buyers. And seed audiences matter. If your custom audience is shitty, your lookalike audience will be shitty as well. And what you're seeing here is an interview of Eric and Maria Claudio, the head of performance marketing. And well, Maria also just confirmed again, and she emphasized that seed audiences are really important because the way the algorithm works is just analyzing seed audiences. And once it has a good understanding of how a seed audience is composed, it actually clones that seed audience and turns it into a lookalike audience. So how do you create a high-quality lookalike audience or a high-quality seed audience? We covered some of that stuff in the mini class that I shared with you. So in case you haven't looked at it yet, check out video 1 of the mini class that we put together. So there were essentially 2 more things that I want to emphasize in this webinar here about how to create a custom audience. Now, this strategy is by a guy called Chris from the Facebook Ad Buyers Group, and it's actually designed for local businesses, but you can use it also for CPA campaigns. Works really well, and we'll find out in a moment why this strategy is so great. So here's the thing. Let's say you have a sushi restaurant in Berlin, and you have this amazing deal between 1 and 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Let's say like 30% off on sushi, and you know that there's a certain radius around your sushi restaurant and within that radius, people are coming to your sushi restaurant, and outside of that radius, people are just not coming to your sushi restaurant. So here's the problem. Facebook or the Facebook algorithm likes big audiences, ideally audience sizes of at least a million people. But here's what happens if I would say, like, okay, so I have my sushi restaurant in the zip code. I would just want to go after a specific zip code in Berlin. So let's say that's 100,000 people living in that zip code. And then, of course, I don't want to go after everyone in that zip code. I just want to go after the people that are interested in sushi. So all the people that are living in Berlin in that particular zip code, and then and are interested in sushi. Problem here is I will probably end up with like 10,000 people, and that's really ideal because apart from the fact that you might run into delivery issues, your CPCs and your CPMs will be really expensive. So here's this carpet bomb strategy by Chris. What he's doing is he starts off with a video that's relevant, and he's going after large audiences. So he would take a video, for example, or do a video about how to make sushi, and just go after everyone living in Berlin. And there will be a number of people who will not even watch 3% of the video because they're not interested in sushi, but then there will be a certain percentage of people that will watch it to the end, watch at least 75% of the video. And if you're going as so broad, you're reaching a certain number of people that are not relevant, but on the other side, your CPCs, your CPMs will be lower. So here's the thing. Step 1, take a video that's relevant in your niche, try to go broad, and then grab those people that watch at least 75% of the video, create a custom audience, and then you can, for example, turn that audience into a lookalike audience and use the lookalike audience to scale, and the custom audience that you built for retargeting. So I hope you get the point. Instead of limiting yourself to a small group of people with interest targeting, especially if you have something like a local business. Try to go broad, and again, this works if you're a CPA marketer. Go broad. Try to use video views and campaign objective video views to build a high-quality custom audience, and then take everyone who watched at least 75% of the video. You can do a retargeting campaign with those people, or you can convert that custom audience into a lookalike audience, and then you have a really high-quality custom audience that you can use for scaling. And another thing that you can really do is using Google AdWords. That's a big enemy of Facebook, of course, but it's still a fantastic traffic source. Here's the thing. Google AdWords is expensive as fuck. It's really expensive. Like in the loan niche, the keyword loan, for example, is I think the second most expensive keyword on Google. $44 per click. I mean, it's impossible to scale a campaign with a $44 CPC. I mean, it's just crazy. But here's something that you can do. Google AdWords has by far the best traffic quality, but it's also the most expensive one. So here's what you can do. You can spend like $500 on the Google AdWords campaign to build up your seed audience. And then you take that seed audience, the traffic coming from Google, and you convert it into a lookalike audience. So in other words, you only use Google AdWords to build or to kick off your Facebook campaign by creating a really high quality custom audience and then converting that custom audience into a lookalike audience. That's how easy things can be, and that's how efficient things can be, because again, you're not using Google AdWords to scale a campaign. You use it to create a high quality seed audience, and then you have a seed audience you can convert into lookalike audience, and then you can just go crazy on Facebook. So 2 strategies here, and to show you just a little example of the strategies that, of the first strategy that we deployed, the one with the 75% video views. That's a campaign screenshot of, I think that these were products in the car gadget niche. It was actually a spray for the interior of cars, and with the exact same strategy that I covered before. You go broad, you try to go after people that watch 75% of the video, then you do a retargeting campaign or use that seed audience for a lookalike audience. That's the results that we got. Really cheap CPAs of like $1.12 per purchase, euro 12 per purchase. Some were a little bit more expensive, around €6. Some a little bit cheaper, around $3.43. But still, that's the campaigns we're seeing here right now are cold traffic campaigns. Spend a little bit over 10,000 euros on that campaign, and the ROI was really insane. So this strategy really worked, and we haven't even done much testing and optimization. The reason why this campaign took off was just because the audience was so good, and it's exactly a strategy that we deployed. So audiences on Facebook are really important. This, what I covered before, is a really efficient way of building an audience. So go ahead and test it, because working with high quality audiences is really a core component of launching a campaign on Facebook successfully. Okay, number 3, how to scale your campaign. Again, scaling, that's something we covered in the mini class, but there was something else I wanted to talk about that I didn't talk about. That's the relevance score. And what I want to cover in this chapter of this webinar here is a client that we worked with, and I was actually really scared of working with a client, because what they sold was not like shoes or I don't know, like cool gadgets that you just buy on Facebook, e-commerce products. It was this thing here. Even, to be honest, until today, I don't even understand what this thing can do, but all I know, it's a graphics card and interface. It's called DCP-1000. You can Google it. It's from Kingston Technology. It costs a few $1,000s. It's for data centers, and the target audience here is data center administrators. So we met with our Facebook rep in Cologne 2 months ago. We asked her, like, what's the direction that Facebook wants to pursue in future? Where does Facebook see the future of their platform? And she said, like, yeah, the future of Facebook is e-commerce and retail. And I was like, great, but we have this new client here. And then she said, like, B2B on Facebook can be a bitch sometimes. It's really hard. Facebook is in a certain way a B2B platform because also people working in companies, they are on Facebook, but still their ad formats are not really designed for the B2B space. But we still tried, and we tried to sell this monster on Facebook. So again, what you're seeing here is a graphics interface. Target audience were data center administrators. Apparently this little thing here can do magic. But what I will show you is so powerful that, I mean, I even didn't believe that the results we got from this campaign. First of all, we're not super happy. We also designed and we built a funnel, so we were driving traffic to a landing page, and the lead price that we got was between like $191 and $378. On average, we paid $233 for a lead with a small test budget, and the client was still happy, surprisingly, because what they used to pay for a lead was $750. But we were not happy at all, because $233 on average for a lead, and the conversion rate really wasn't very good on the funnel, even though we did some optimization. I mean, it just really sucked. So here's what we did. This is actually the funnel that we built. So the ad is really brilliant. I actually have to share it with you. It's called, and so there's actually a guy, his name is Father Robert. He's really a priest. As you can see, he even has like the wardrobe of a priest with this white thing here. Don't even know how it's called. So it's a hilarious video, and he has his own YouTube channel. He's reviewing different pieces of technology, among others the new DCP-1000. So the ad that we done is called says, discover the brand new DCP-1000 SoC from Kingston. We will show you why the seamless piece of technology will take your data center to the next level. So we had this campaign here. We went after video views. That's exactly what I shared with you before. We just specified the interest targeting a little bit. The only interest we went after was data centers. And then a certain percentage of people watched 75% of the video, right? So we took those 75% and we utilized a ad format called lead ads. It's essentially that a user doesn't have to leave Facebook. It's essentially a landing page within Facebook, so he just has to click twice, and the information, contact details, the email address, gets automatically transferred to the advertiser. And again, he doesn't have to leave Facebook. So we essentially worked with lead ads. We set up a retargeting campaign. Everyone who watched at least 75% saw this lead ad, and then we also used I didn't include it here right now in order to not confuse you, but in case you want to replicate this technique, we took the 75% of the audience that watched at least 75% of the video, created a custom audience, and then also turned them into a lookalike audience. And then we set up a new campaign. So this is what we saw more or less immediately, because the ad was so unique, with this Father Robert, with the priest reviewing this DCP-1000. What you're seeing here is a relevance score of 8 that this ad had, right? So what's the relevance score, and how does it actually relate to scaling? So the relevance score is essentially telling you how relevant your ad is compared to other advertisers going after the same target audience. And Facebook says, or Maria said on stage in Berlin, for example, that the relevance score is not really a factor you should pay attention to. It's other metrics that matter, like the lead price. But in the CPA space, if you're trying to scale affiliate campaigns, you actually really should have a relevance score of at least an 8. So the range goes from 1 to 10. and having an 8 is, in my opinion, really important, because then you will really have a hard time scaling. So the thing is, how do you actually have a high relevance score to get like really great results? What's the technique behind that? The relevance score is essentially a metric that's calculated based on all the positive and the negative signals. It's calculated on all the positive and the negative signals that your ad gets, right? So there are people that like your ad, and then there are people that are just pissed off by your ads. So the more aggressive your ad is, the lower your relevance score will be. The better the performance might be, but still your relevance score will suffer because people will start to report it, for example, as scam. So how do you have a high relevance score? Here's a strategy for you that's golden. And this thing can just really lower your acquisition cost by more than 50%. Let's say you start off with a lead generation campaign. And if you do lead generation, you usually go, you select the campaign goal conversion, right? You want to have a specific desired end result, and that's leads. So if you have a conversion campaign up and running, in addition, you have a page post campaign up and running, and that's driving traffic to the ad of your conversion campaign. So what you can see on the right side here on the screen, you can create a brand new ad, or you can just take a page post ID of the conversion campaign ad and then just select or just pick or choose the page post ID in the page post engagement campaign. So it's not like two separate campaigns with two separate ads. It's two separate campaigns driving traffic to essentially the same kind of ad. But the conversion campaign has a different goal than the page post engagement campaign. Excuse me. With the conversion campaign, Facebook is looking at giving you conversions at the cheapest possible price. And with the page post engagement campaign, Facebook is looking at giving you engagement to your ad, but not necessarily clicks or conversions. So what you're doing with the page post engagement campaign is generating positive signals. You know, people liking your ad, commenting on it, sharing it. And that has an impact on the conversion campaign. And because the page post engagement campaign increases the relevance score of your conversion campaign, that will result in a better CPC and a better CPM and a better CPA. So this is a really simple strategy, but it's just wonderful because, again, if you're driving traffic to affiliate offers, to CPA campaigns, it's really important that you have a high relevance score of at least an 8. And one way to do that, if you have a conversion campaign and a page post engagement campaign, and driving traffic to the same page post engagement ID in order to get your relevance score up. Fantastic technique, so I can just highly encourage you to do it. And now here's the big mystery: what happened after deploying this campaign? So we started off with $233, driving traffic to a funnel, and what we essentially offered in exchange for the opt-in was a performance sheet about the DCP 1000. And again, you remember the client said, we're already happy with $233 because we used to pay $750. And here's what happened. We didn't even lower it to like $100 or $80. What happened that by deploying actually all the strategies that I covered in this webinar, we lowered the CPA to $6.65. And the campaign is running consistently. We're at this time, we spent a little bit over $2,000 on it. Actually, the lead cost even went down to $6.20. I just checked it today. But you can see how powerful working with audiences is, how powerful it can be if you just, deploy a funnel that I just covered before, with going after video views after, and then doing a retargeting campaign and utilizing things like lead ads. I mean, this is a freaking campaign in the B2B space, which is a really hard nut to crack. And we really lowered it from $750 to $233 to $6.65. So imagine what happens if you deploy that in the e-commerce space. So again, the reason I'm showing you that is not to encourage you to run traffic or campaigns on in the B2B space. I mean, you can do that; it works. But the reason why I'm showing you that is because it's super hard to run campaigns in the B2B space on Facebook. There are just very few marketers that mastered the art of generating leads in the B2B space on Facebook. And what we did is deploying all the white-hat knowledge that we had from running traffic to e-commerce offers, from doing lead gen in the B2C space, taking that over to the much harder B2B space, and the results you're seeing here are just really mind-blowing. So I can just encourage you, take action on what we just covered. We covered how to launch or how to handpick a CPA offer. Then we focused on how to launch your campaign by focusing on the audience, and now I showed you how to scale by focusing on the relevance score, because if you're able to lower the relevance score, you can deploy all the awesome strategies. I mean, if you increase your relevance score and if you lowered your CPA, you can deploy all the awesome strategies that they shared with you from the mini class. So go ahead, and Eric, I think that's it. Covered a little bit of content now. So let me just hand it over to you.
Great. Awesome. Thank you, Patrick. That was great. I think, yeah, that was the key. When you combine this stuff with what you taught in the mini class, yeah, you have everything that you need here. So, where are we now? We are through Patrick's presentation. On to, okay, so here we go. Thanks, everyone, for your patience. So basically, now the question I want you to ask yourself is, like, what would it mean to you in your career if you could master these incredible skills? Like, what would it mean to you personally? What would it mean if you know, as an affiliate, as an e-commerce person, as someone who wants to build an agency, like, what if you could wield these incredible skills? If you were an affiliate on Facebook, you could catch a good trend. You could get the next flashlight before it goes, or even get the next flashlight, you know, 3 months into it or 6 months into it, and there's still, because of the scale of it, there's still this huge opportunity to master the creative, to tweak your bidding, to build your campaign structures, and to make 30 to 60K in a month. That's still entirely reasonable on affiliate marketing on Facebook. Or if you want to build out a store, you want to optimize it, you want to build amazing audiences and build some funnels, create ads, it's quite possible to make 25K to 100K per month on Facebook. There was a post, I don't know if there's a Facebook group I'm a part of, and this guy's been making the rounds where he's talking about having made over $300,000 in a single day on e-commerce. This is the kind of volume that can be achieved on Facebook. It's absolutely mind-boggling. This is someone who's been doing it for a long time and has built up probably dozens and dozens of different stores. But imagine just a fraction of what that could mean for your life if you're able to master these skills. So basically, when you master the world's most powerful ad platform, and then you basically take the most powerful tactics and strategies and tips around campaign setup, campaign optimization, campaign scaling, you are left with just incredible, unlimited power like the Emperor. But you will use it for good, obviously, as we're teaching white hat tactics here. So when you think about what Patrick has done, he's basically built an agency over the past 4 years, and he's, through trial and error, learned all the ins and outs, all the ups and downs of how exactly to get the most out of Facebook. He's not someone who's kind of jumped into Facebook and used it at a surface level and scraped by with results. He has found hacks, he has found workarounds, he has found exploits, things that have allowed him to do amazing things on Facebook. So, you know, funny enough, you know, we're at the point in the webinar where, wouldn't you know it, we actually have something that we think you might be interested in, and that is the Facebook Masterclass. So basically, this is Patrick's last 4 years of trial and error running CPA campaigns, running e-commerce, running agency things, running B2B, and he has found the ins and outs, the tips, the tricks, the exploits, the workarounds that have allowed him to master Facebook ads. Now, on top of this incredible knowledge that he brings to the table, you may have got this from just either the mini class that you took or what you've seen from him on the podcast or even just this webinar. Patrick is a world-class teacher. He thinks about how to present things really, really well. He puts them together. He's very polished. If he was a doctor, you would say he has good bedside manner. He's just he's an incredible teacher. So basically, with the Facebook Masterclass, this is what we're offering. You get 5 weeks of leading edge step-by-step instructions from Patrick, applicable to anything that you're interested in, from e-commerce to CPA to agency. We value that at $1,500, let's say. You get video walkthroughs, case studies, offer recommendations, cheat sheets, diagrams, all these documents that come with it. Over 40 videos. They're all yours to keep on the brand new iStack training platform. You get lifetime access to all of this material. We'll value that at say $500. Then, like all of our courses, if you're familiar with the 6-week AMC, one of the things that we love to provide that we think is a big differentiator for us is the live support, live mentorship. So what we've done is we've gathered Patrick, as well as all the speakers from the FBML event, all of the teachers of the acceleration modules, which I'll get into a little bit, and a bunch of other sort of high-level Facebook advertisers who are available on Slack when you take this course to form an amazing community of performance advertisers on Facebook. It's all broken out by channel. I don't know if you've used Slack before, but we've broken it out all by channel so that you're chatting about specific topics. We've given different moderators the ability to sort of moderate each of these different forums, provide information for people that need it. It's just going to be an amazing community that I can't wait to kick off here. So that is, these people who are on this chat room, they don't consult, and if they did, it would be $1,000 plus. So getting access to these people in sort of this real-time chatting environment is easily worth $1,000. So let's say the total value of this class is $3,000, and if it was $3,000. You're getting Patrick, this guy who's done all this amazing stuff for $1,500. You're getting the lifetime access to the platform, and you're getting this live Slack environment, this mentorship. So if you put that all together, it would be totally worth it. That's one good CPA campaign, one good offer that you managed to get at the right time, and then you're running it, and $3,000 you'll make in a week once you're up and running and profitable. So it's totally worth it, even if it was at $3,000. But it's not going to be at $3,000, I can tell you that. Because also, what we're adding to it, just like we did with the 6-week AMC, we went out and made partnerships with some of the industry's most interesting players. So James Van Elswyk, I'll tell you, he does solar lead generation, so his presentation is based on solar lead generation. But specifically what he's going to be teaching is his testing methodology. With so many different variables on Facebook, if you can have a good testing methodology, rather than guessing or going with your gut about what a certain change is going to do to your campaign, James Van Elswyk is going to teach a simple, self-contained testing methodology that allows you to know exactly why your campaigns are succeeding or why they're failing, by isolating different variables. It's, some people say testing isn't sexy, but James Van Elswyk says it has saved him millions and millions of dollars, and he's going to teach it to you, and this is the kind of thing that can be applied to any campaign. Just like Drew Eric Whitman teaching this amazing ad diagnosis class, where really we're providing him with the top 20 ad techs of the year for all different kinds of products. He's going to take those, follow them through to the landing pages, and he's going to dissect why these things work in a class. And so it's going to be a master class on ad copy, copywriting. Paul Jayapal, friend of mine, super affiliate, he spoke at FBML. He's going to be teaching an advanced level class on ad spying, not just using one ad tool, but using several in order to really understand what the advantage your competitors are using and how you can leverage it for yourself. Made a deal with Mo Ali Agel, one of the Shopify's biggest up-and-coming affiliates. He's building a huge following. He's also a hardcore performance affiliate, so he really understands the mindset of affiliates, and he's doing what we call an e-commerce rapid prototype, which is how to get up and running with maximum profit in minimum time. It's exciting. And Hugh Hancock, one of our favorites, did an amazing automation webinar, automation acceleration module on the 6-week AMC, where he helped us automate pops, campaign creation, auto blocking on mobile display, and a few other things just using open available APIs. When I told him that we were doing a course on Facebook, he's like, you have to let me do an automation course because Facebook's API is amazing and I can do so many cool things. If you've caught his video from before, you know he puts a lot of production value into it. He's actually a filmmaker and a video game maker. So I think he may have definitely he used a green screen. He may have used a motion capture suit. But he is one of my favorite people, and I'm really excited for that acceleration module. So each of those is valued at almost $500. So when you add those to the mix that we're including for free, 100% free in this first launching of our course. We're launching this course. We're only accepting 100 people. We're almost fill up at this point. We want to use this webinar to drive the last, the last group of our core audience into this course going forward. And at a total value of $5,000, this is, if you mastered these skills, you're able to bring them to the rest of your career. $5,500 would be totally worth it with this leading edge training, the live Slack masterminding, the 5 bonus modules, the lifetime access. These valuable skills are easily worth $5,000, but you're not going to pay that. You're also getting another bonus. So let's take the vendors first of all. So you got ManyChat, Shopify, and Adespresso. So these are amazing tools that you can use. ManyChat is a messenger marketing platform, which we're going to talk a little bit about in the course, that can have 10 times better results than email when it comes to using your list. Shopify, obviously, we have a great relationship with Shopify just like we do with Facebook. They're offering a 10% annual membership and a 20-day free trial valued at about $100. Adespresso is doing an incredible $300 value where you get 30% off your first 3 months. Adespresso is a valuable Facebook marketing tool which basically allows you to throw up campaigns in more volume, test more variables. It's a great platform that I've used. And then on top of that, these ones are a little harder to quantify their value, but we've got Ads4Dough, A4D, and GiddyUp on board as vendors for our course. Now, both of these places, as you may know, are not always the easiest place to get in as an affiliate. But what we're working on are a deal that we're putting in place with both of these guys. Patrick mentioned these guys are the top Facebook players in the space. They don't always let everyone on, but if you're taking the Facebook Masterclass, that's a huge vote for your level of ability. So, along with Patrick's ideas of making sure you want to have an agency page, make yourself look presentable, make yourself look professional, but if you're taking the Facebook Masterclass, you already have an in to get approved at these networks, to get yourself an affiliate manager, to get yourself recommendations on offers and get yourself set up on the right foot. So just like the 6-week AMC does with affiliate networks, we're doing that with the Facebook Masterclass, where with these 2 top-level affiliate networks, you're going to get expedited applications. You're going to get in the door a lot easier than you would otherwise. That one's hard to value, but let's call it priceless. So if we put it at, we talk about just the discounts, not even the priceless value of the introductions to GiddyUp and A4D, you're at a total cost of $6,000. And over the course of a career, it's a no-brainer. You would be able to make this money back no problem with this, the world's most valuable advertising skill, basically. It would be a no-brainer. But of course, we are not charging $6,000 for this course. You're going to learn the most valuable advertising skills. You're going to take the past 4 years of Patrick building this amazing agency, and you're going to condense it into one 6-week course with all of these amazing acceleration modules. You're going to learn how to be able to run CPA campaigns, run e-commerce. You're going to learn how to build a media buying agency, and if you master any one of these skills, you could be making millions. You could be making 300 grand in a day like some e-commerce people do. No problem. So at that price, it is no problem. At $6,000, it is totally worth it. But of course, we have this amazing introductory rate of $14.97. That's what the Facebook Masterclass costs. It is an introductory rate. It is for only this first running of the course. When we relaunch the course, I'm not sure exactly when we're doing that, but when we relaunch it, it will be more expensive. And this is your opportunity to get the best value. And if you're on this webinar, you'll find out in a second that it is the biggest opportunity to do, because basically you're getting the most powerful ad platform. You're learning all the tactics, the tips, the tricks, all of these things that Patrick talked about will be put into the course, but they'll be put in even in a more step-by-step fashion. So you'll be able to really master these things. You'll be able to go over them again and again because you'll have lifetime access. If you have any questions about them, you'll be able to hit them up on Slack or hit up any of our other top masterminds that we have on the Slack platform. You're getting these 5 amazing acceleration modules. Each of these teachers also available on Slack. Some of them are going to be doing live, like Drew Eric Whitman, for instance, will be taking your ads that you send to him via Slack, and he'll be dissecting those for you in a live stream. We're working on live streams with some of the other mentors as well. You're going to get these free trials, bonuses, expedited applications to affiliate networks. It really becomes a no-brainer at $14.97. This is the best value you're ever going to get for this course, and you actually only have 3 days to do it because we're closing sales on the 30th. So now for the added special webinar bonus. Okay, so here's the deal. We did Facebook Mastery Live in Europe, and we produced these recordings. We sold hundreds of these recordings because the vibe on this show was so good. People just absolutely love them. But if you buy today, everyone who buys today gets access to the FBML recordings, which is just basically like getting another full day of training from the world's best advertisers, including Patrick, including Paul J. Paul, including James Van Elswyk, including Stephen Kuhn and Thomas Barkey, this e-commerce professional. So you get to see the amazing panels that we did with Maria. We had a really, really fun panel called FML where we explained all of our biggest fuck-ups that we ever had as marketers. It was just absolutely ton of fun. So you get this recording. Everyone who buys, who hits us up on Intercom on iStackTraining.com and says, hey, I was on the webinar, where's my bonus? You all get this bonus. Now, the other bonus is only for the first 5 people, but the first 5 people that buy today get 100% free pass to Facebook Mastery Live Asia, plus the recording. So even if you can't make it to Bangkok, we know some of you probably can, and some of you probably will be there. Well, the first 5 of you who buy today get a ticket to that event for free. This is an incredible. That's that's a lot of money basically that we're giving out the door right now for people that are able to buy the masterclass today. First 5 people who hit us up on Intercom and say, hey, I just bought, and we confirm that you bought, you not only get the recordings from Europe, you're also going to get a ticket and the recordings from Bangkok. So do not delay. So just go to courses.istacktraining.com and you'll be redirected to the Facebook Masterclass. You can just navigate on istacktraining.com to go to the Facebook Masterclass as well. But you'll see for something that is easily a value of $6,000, we're only charging $1,500, $1,497. So go right now and check it out. We have an option where you can also pay over 3 months. This is something that our new platform allows us to do. Pay over 3 months, $549 a month. A lot easier for a lot of people. So feel free to take us up on this option where you can break the payments out. We think a lot of people will take us up on that. And if you have any questions, you can go right now to courses.istacktraining.com and hit the little intercom widget there, and we're standing by to answer any questions that you have about this amazing opportunity. So as I said, registration ends on August 30th. We want to, we have a lot of people on the course already. We're taking a few more. We want to make sure that we have a really good core group to go through it in our inaugural run. And you have until August 30th. We're closing registrations then. So in 3 days, you better hurry up and get on board because spots are going fast. I think we've just had our first purchase from someone on the webinar, so that's fantastic. So one of those live event tickets is gone. So that's really cool to see. So go now, courses.istacktraining.com. This ship will have sailed on the 30th. You will have missed the boat on this amazing opportunity. So don't delay. Go now, check it out. If you like Patrick's style, you like what he's teaching, you want to learn Facebook, this literally, if you know what iStack Training does, you know a little bit about AdBaker now, but you know that we only provide like the highest quality courses. None of us, our stuff is get rich quick, all of it, and especially now that you have it for a lifetime to learn from, it's just going to be something that accelerates your career extremely quickly. Go check out some of the testimonials that we have from people that beta tested the course. We have one from a guy who ran an agency. He's a super experienced media buyer, but he took one look at the course, he went through it, audited it, and was just like, okay, this thing, if this was, I would have accelerated my learning so quickly. I would have been a lot more successful, a lot quicker if this course was around when I was getting started. So even if you have some experience, there's going to be a lot in this course that you can learn from. So go there now. Take advantage of these amazing bonuses that we're giving out, including the conference stuff and the live recordings. Hit us up on Intercom to claim your status as someone who was on the webinar. Thank you so much for coming today, guys, and good luck out there. Good luck with Facebook, and I hope you have a great Sunday here as I'm about to go to the beach with my family. How about you, Patrick? What do you got planned for the rest of the day?
Actually, I just wanted to grab a drink, so that's not very exciting.
That's good.
Will be fun though.
Anything else? Do we have any time for any questions from people?
Actually, yeah,
we got to run here. I don't know. I'm just trying to see here if we can take a look. So if you have any questions, you can just we have a few minutes here that we could work through some questions. Let's see if we have any here. Oh, nice. Yeah, there we go. We have someone who is shitting bricks. I don't know why. I don't know why they wouldn't just join now. Yeah. Oh, Roger saw the sales pitch coming. That's great. Do we launch both camps simultaneously?
Okay, so wait, let me just check. Was Isaac? Hey, Isaac. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So, or actually, there are two ways of doing that. You can start with a page post engagement campaign to generate some social proof first for a conversion campaign. But the way I like to do it is starting off with a conversion campaign and then just adding a page post engagement campaign afterwards. Something you can do as well. I haven't mentioned it, but you can even add a like campaign at 5% of the budget of a conversion campaign, because one of the metrics Facebook is looking also at is the quality score of your fan page, and the quality score is determined, among others, by the fan engagement. So this is nothing that will have like a direct impact on your campaign, but again, since Facebook is also looking at the quality score of your fan page, you can add a like campaign at 5% of the budget. The page post engagement campaign, I recommend keeping it at 20% of the budget of the conversion campaign. Run it at the same time and keep it running for like 3 to 5 days, and then you can phase it out slowly. And if you see relevant score is dropping, you can just turn the engagement campaign back on again. So I hope that helps.
Nice. 2 sales now. We have 2 of the Affiliate Mastery Live, or sorry, the Facebook Mastery Live sales gone, so that's awesome. Just quick question here, because I mentioned I would talk about this. I said I would compare this to the 6-week Affiliate Mastery Challenge, which we've also run. It's similar. It's the same amount of content, basically. It's the same care taken in making it. The Affiliate Mastery Challenge is a little different because it's a mastery challenge. We have people who are just absolute newbies in media buying, and this teaches you the very basics. The 6-week Affiliate Mastery Challenge teaches you the very basics in how to set up an ad server, how to set up your tracker, how to go into redirects and pops. And it's like, in that course, it's like everyone is doing the same thing. Everyone is like, okay, class, now we're going to set up our pops. Now we're going to set up our redirects now, and people are kind of doing it together. This class, we're having, as you guys can see, there's people who are doing e-commerce stuff. There's people who are doing CPA stuff. There's people that are running lead gen. We're not all doing the same things in this course, and this course is designed to have that knowledge be applicable to everything everyone is doing. Now, there is that aspect of like building your own teams and your own masterminds by using the Slack channels, because we'll have a Slack channel dedicated to affiliate marketing. We'll have a Slack channel dedicated to e-commerce. So you'll be able to check in with people who are doing the same things. But it's just a little bit different. It's also the very first run. The 6-week Affiliate Mastery Challenge has been going on 6 times. This is the first run, which is why there's a big discount. Like the 6-week Affiliate Mastery Challenge is $3,000, $2,997. This is half that price to start because it's our very first run, and we want to just make sure that we're only opening it to our audience. We only mailed to our audience. We're not working with anyone external for this. This is just for our audience, just for you guys to see. So that's basically the big difference there.
Maybe to add something there as well as, I mean, the structure, it's kind of similar to the 6-week AMC because we surveyed the audience and we understood what people really liked about the 6-week AMC, and we kind of transferred that to Facebook. But the big difference here is that it's really focusing on Facebook as a traffic source only. So redirects and pops, it's great to getting started, but there is no way you can achieve the amount of scale with those traffic sources compared to Facebook. And again, it's just focusing on Facebook because it's a unique traffic source and it's also very different to redirects and pops. So it's essentially why people are so happy about the 6-week AMC. Of course, we just wanted to produce another high-quality course, so we actually took the same things from the 6-week AMC to the Facebook Masterclass, but the only difference is essentially just focusing on Facebook, and the experts we are bringing on are Facebook marketers, no one who's doing like media buys on Google or other networks. They do that too, of course, but everyone's primary focus is Facebook.
Nice.
So I think that's a major difference.
There's a question here about spy tools. I'm not well. Which ads work is spy. Spy tools are an interesting sort of situation right now with how Facebook views them, and they're sort of super valuable for what we do with CPA advertising. And I can't say yet, but we're working on something that will allow people who take the masterclass to have access to a spy tool. To be able to subscribe to actually a really top-notch spy tool But spy tools they're very sensitive about people joining them and the amount of people that they let on. But we're working on something I can't announce it yet, but we are working on something that should allow us to have some great access to a very top-notch spy tool. But again, I can't announce it yet, but we're working on it to answer that question. Webinar replay, we will be replaying the webinar. It's recorded, so Joe, you'll be able to see it from more or less the beginning. I actually think I didn't record maybe my intro part of it, but all of the really valuable stuff of Patrick's, I can always film a little bit more of an intro and throw it on there, but all the really valuable stuff, Patrick's stuff, and of course the selling stuff will all be available as well. Yep. Online. What minimum CPA payout should we look for running on Facebook? What do you say about that?
Yeah, so actually it just completely depends on the campaign or on the offer that you run. So if it's like a simple one-field form opt-in like lead gen campaign, you can maybe even be profitable with a CPA of, let's say, like $3. But you know, everything that's about making a sale, you're in the range of at least like $10 here. But again, it totally depends on the niche and on the payout. So the payouts that CPA networks are giving out are usually payouts that you can run profitable campaigns with. And again, every offer converts differently, and every offer is attached to different requirements. So you have a lead gen offer, for example, with one opt-in only. Then you have lead gen offers with multi-step opt-ins and a call center verification, and then you have offers with in the e-com space that are easy to sell, and there are products that are hard to sell. So again, don't worry too much about the payout. Just worry about whether it's converting or not, and that's an information you get from your affiliate network. If they have a good solid reputation, of course. But if you work with networks like A4D, you can be pretty sure that they don't give you offers where there's like no chance that they will convert. Of course, there are some offers, as I mentioned before, they will not convert for you, either because you're just going after the wrong angles or because the offer is not really good, but they don't give you offers where they know you will lose money like 100%. So don't worry too much about the payout. It should be reasonable, and worry just about whether it's converting or not.
Nice. One more question that Patty has, and I know you actually cover this in the course, but should we save that for the course, or should we? Is there any special way to set up the Facebook Business Manager for running affiliates? I know you have some basic tips about that.
So actually, that's part of Module 1. Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing with the Facebook with the Facebook Business Manager. That's the first thing you really have to do before you run campaigns, because one of the things, and again, it's not only the way you set up the Business Manager, it's also how you present yourself as a business to Facebook. Because here's what happens. If you go through a manual review, that happens usually in 3 cases: after $750 daily spent, or after $10,000 spent in total, or after a policy violation, and that also depends how severe it is. Especially if there's a severe policy violation, Facebook is looking at your business as a whole, and what they're also looking at is, for example, the agency website that you provided, or the VIT number. That did you add one or haven't you added one? So they're like really tiny little details that matter. And there are also things that you should definitely have in place. For example, creating as many ad accounts as possible and raising the ad creation limit. Because something that happens with Facebook disables one of your ad accounts, you're not allowed to create any new ones, any additional ones. So yeah, there are a few things to consider, but we actually did, I think, like a half-an-hour video on that. And also a little hack that Facebook will not maybe be happy about, but there is a way how to bypass the ad creation limit to add more ad accounts to your business manager. But yeah, setting up the business manager is really important. The number one thing I would definitely consider is, as I mentioned before, the website that you're using to join the CPA network. Make sure to have also one in place for Facebook, so when they review a business manager, they think they're dealing with an agency and not with an affiliate sitting in his pants in his room and just launching campaigns. Even if that's the case, try to present yourself as a company with like, I don't know, 10 media buyers, or at least someone, you know, who's actually not doing affiliate marketing only, but actually working with clients. Because even if you run into trouble, it can help you to get out of it again. And yeah.
Nice. One more question before we got to run here, and it's just a question about budget. What do you say about people looking for initial budget to start? I'm sure it's very relative depending on what you have and what you're after, but what would you say about the budget question?
Yeah, so I assume you're a CPA marketer, so I'd say you should at least start with like $1,000 budget. So you have room for testing, and I mean, it's similar to what you need also for the 6-week AMC or for any other traffic source. I would really never go below $1,000, because you need two things. First of all, you need budget for testing, and you need budget for scaling. And if it's less than $1,000, then it's not impossible. You can also get started with 500, but I recommend at least 1,000, because otherwise, you will not be able to make use of all the things that we covered here, or that we'll cover in the course, like different audience strategies, layering lookalike audiences on top of each other, and stuff like that. So $1,000 is the minimum. And more is always great, but I think you should be good with around $1,000.
We now have 4 purchases from so we actually only have one more. There's only one more.
Guys,
one more for the free passes to FBML Asia. If my homie from Joaquin, you know, you're already there, so you're hopefully gonna have to come see us, give us a high five in Asia. But yeah, one more pass we're giving away. So make sure that everyone who has bought already, reach out to us on Intercom and say, hey, I heard you on the webinar. I just bought. We'll match it up and make sure that you're there. There's one more available. Like I say, everyone who buys today gets the recordings from Berlin, but only 5 get the ticket to the live event. I can't wait to meet everyone in Asia. We had such a good time in Berlin, and Bangkok is a hell of a fun city. So anyway, thanks everyone. If there's no more questions, I think that's probably good. Patty says thank you. Thanks for coming, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you on the inside of the Facebook Masterclass. Remember, you just have until the 30th. One more available. Unless I haven't actually checked PayPal, so that may already be gone. But I'll check it and make sure that everyone who buys gets the amazing bonuses we mentioned. Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, Patrick.
Okay.
Go have a drink.
See you guys. Bye.
Okay. Bye.